Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Expert Matters, a space where we decode what it truly takes to thrive in the tech world, straight from the people who are building its future. Today's episode is extra special because we have someone who blends deep tech understanding with powerful product strategy. An inspiring leader who's made waves in AI powered transformation across industries like banking, insurance, retail, and more. Please join me in welcoming Ishita Thakkar, an AI product manager with over 10 years of full stack product experience and more than 3 years of lending innovations in generative AI, conversational AI, and edge AI. Ishita has worked at the intersection of technology, business, and user experience, launching AI products that are not just smart, but incredibly impactful. Ishita, we are so honored to have you here today. Thank you for taking the time to join us, and thank you so much for being so generous in sharing your journey and agreeing to share your wisdom with our student audience.
Okay. Hi, Shruti. Thank you for allowing me to be there and sharing my experience about the journey I have started and how I'm going through it and learning everyday new things about AI, about product. So let me give you some glimpse about my journey. So I started my journey as a technical person in the software engineering side. I was placed in the one of the digital agency company, and then in that course of time while I was working in software engineering and doing coding, I found out that coding is not my thing. So I went and understood that okay, something where you build something and you just give it to the client, and then at the end of the day you get the delightful smiles on their face. It's something you are understanding their pain points and building through it. So that's where I understood that product is something I should go ahead, and that's where I stepped into the world of products, building the products, understanding the pain areas, interacting with the customers and clients, and their understanding their needs and lots of other things around the product. And that's where I stepped into the product analyst job. Gradually I went into the lots of other areas of product roles. Sometimes I was business analyst, sometimes I was product owner, and then I went into the intersection of the product management, where technical, managerial, leadership, strategic, and as well as functional side, all five things came into the intersection point, and I was part of the product management in the traditional format. And back where I started a consulting. So I left my full time job due to some medical reasons back in COVID time. And then I started my consulting part, where I was part of two startups and one mid cap company. There I found out that AI is booming up in in the world, and that's where I started understanding one of the pain point of the customer, where they wanted to go for a contact center tech position, and they wanted to have something which could be self serviceable for the customers, so that the agents could not be the part of the interaction with the customers queries. There we introduced the conversational AI chatbot, and that's how the AI came into my life, and it's still going strong in the career. So that's where my AI journey started in the product management. And then I started intersecting the AI technologies, AI understanding, AI tools in the market, and building the products for the customers, and giving them delightful smiles again on
Oh,
their
wow.
face.
This definitely, it shows that how passionate you are about your work. Because, like we were talking earlier, you travel every day from Vadodara to Ahmedabad every day in a consulting setup just to satisfy and, bring the happiness for your client. So it's too much. I get, like I was telling you, I get, so annoyed even traveling in Mumbai sometimes. So it is, your dedication and your passion, which is bringing the smiles and converting the entire journey of you being interested in AI and product management so fruitful. I think I have a lot of questions with you today because AI is booming and a lot of students have a lot of queries because they also want to become a part of the booming industry. My first and foremost question to you would be, you worked in conversational AI, generative AI, edge AI. How do you decide which AI model or technology is best suited for a specific product or a business problem?
Right. So it's all always comes with the pain areas, understanding the customers, understanding their needs. So you try to first understand the idea coming from the customer, what area they want to automate. Automation is something everyone wants to have it. After that, when you go into the market, you understand the landscape of the industry, the specific verticals you go through. So for an example, e-commerce is right now, the e-commerce platforms are always coming with the personal recommendation, shopping assistance and all. But how did this all came in picture? How did all this came as an idea and to automate the user experience, customer experience for the people who are using the e-commerce platforms like Amazon, Mintra and all. So it is always you have to understand the market plus the customer's viewpoint, customer's needs. So in the intersection of these two things, uh, marrying both of things together and then coming up with the data. Because the past data, qualitative data, quantitative analysis, both plays a major role in understanding the whole picture of the higher level picture. And then you introduce the model, what you want to have it in your product development and building the products. So for an example, if you want to have a simple chatbot where you just want to have your where a user is just writing and you are getting an automated responses from the bot, it's better to go with a conversational AI bot. If you just want to have some automation in your day-to-day operations, day-to-day marketing automation, or you want to have a say simple sales automation by having an generating the leads, right, and then storing it in the CRM platform. It's a one way of creating an agentic workflow. So it's a simple thing. You can utilize it using simple AI tool like N8N, Zapier, no code platforms. So you have to decide what type of automation you want to do it for any sort of needs coming up from the customers as an idea. And then you study the domain or the vertical which is being going to be part of this product. I mean, intersecting with this product, and then you decide the technology. Now, technology is not always your I mean, working and building it from a scratch. You are also utilizing and leveraging the AI platforms which are there in the market. Right. For an example, you have the custom GPTs, LLM models from the OpenAI Chat GPT. Claude is providing. Claude is one of the LLM model. Grok is one of the LLM models. So if you want to create some bots as well, right? The custom GPT bots and all LLM models, using that also you can utilize those models and you can create your own bots. So right time to understand the AI is always doing lot of research with the data, past data, understanding the market and understanding the customer needs. And then after doing all this analysis, you come to a point and then you decide which model or which technology or which AI tool you want to utilize to automate your or build the product. That's how things are working in the industry
That's
right now.
such a sharp framework to think about tech choices, because you've broken it down, and this explanation really breaks it down for someone who's just starting out. For students who are aspiring to become AI product managers like you, what foundational skills and tools would you suggest, or should they start learning during college or early in their careers?
So AI concepts are very important. So you first need to understand what is artificial intelligence, what exactly they are, what it is trying to solve. Like AI is, so you must be, Alan Turing was a person who started with the AI concept back in a lot of almost 20-30 years back. It was an upcoming part. You mean computing, data computing, data warehousing, data, all those things were correlated with the AI. Over and above, when AI was there 10 years back, it was just a simple term. But when after, I think 2021, 2022, people have started understanding AI and they have started actually utilizing in day out stuff, especially the industry experts. So AI product management, which was now a booming field, is something has come up within last 3 years, and people are understanding that how specific to be knowledgeable and skillful for into AI product management by understanding the AI tools in the market and AI technologies like LLMs, uh, language programming, machine learning. People are also doing PhDs in the specific machine learning side, or they are doing for NLPs. People are also starting using MLOps, which is machine learning ops model, operational models, like just like the other operational models. Now, also we have some AI good tools in the market. For an example, no code platforms. No code platforms are nothing but you just use drag and drop and you are creating the workflows, automatic agentic workflows, just to automate some manual processes in your career business operations. Um, LLM models are nothing but the Chat GPT, Claude, then Gemini, uh, Microsoft Copilot, and all those things. Reg models are nothing but these are the ways of to retrieve the knowledge, where you are going to prompt it on the screen and you'll get the answers from the knowledgeable space. Gen AI is nothing but a way of generating the tokens based on whatever you are asking the LLMs. So these are the couple of concepts you need to be very clear enough and clear with all these things, and then you come up with the understanding, and then you can utilize the right framework, right concept to build the products. And whether you are a product manager or whether you are a technical person, concepts. So I would suggest that start understanding, start utilizing, and start using the AI tools in the market, which are very readily available, and it is easing your life. And side by side, start using and learn about the start using the Chat GPT. And Chat GPT is like very common in everyone's life. Prompt it out, ask ChatGPT what is RAG models, what is LLMs and all. It will give you a very good understanding about the concepts and all. So that way, if you start understanding things at this stage, even in your college time, when you pass out, I think at that point of time, it would be a really big impact in your career. So that's
Right.
how things should be.
Love that. Very actionable. I think a lot of students will feel a little bit, they'll have a little bit more clarity about where to start, because we all use ChatGPT, but how to use it properly is one of the most important thing in our lives. And whatever you just said, it gives a clear, actionable point. My
Yes.
next question is going to be, what is the biggest misconception students or early professionals have about AI product management, especially when transitioning from engineering or analytics roles?
Oh, yes. Some think it is like simple data scientist. Um, I mean, there are more misconceptions happened in this industry for AI. Some people are saying that AI will snatch away the jobs of people within the course of some time, which is not true. One of the misconception. Um, I would rather say that it would ease your jobs, your day-to-day jobs in the in daily life. So for an example, if you are an HR manager, it the manual work what you do in your HR thing, like you are using an HRMS tool for whole employment cycle, right? Life cycle, or so some of your operational part in HR operations, it will automate it, but it will not snatch away the job of HR manager. Maybe it would 60-40% of your efficiency will increase. So AI will, if internally it will increase your efficiency of any operations or any work you're doing in your roles and responsibilities, but it will not snatch your job. So that's a one misconception I want to clear it out. Second is that people think that data, yes, data is a major role playing in the AI, but that doesn't mean that people like data analyst or data scientist will only can become a person who is only be called as a part of an AI technical side. People like machine learning engineers, MUN engineers, AI ML engineers, uh, NLP engineers. There are lots of people, but very specific Python developers. People in Python are writing codes for the AI side. So there are multiple people can pursue their career in technical side for the AI, as well as in the no, in the non-technical side as well. Now, for an example, if you just want to become an LLM engineer, you have to be understandable, and you have to understand the data a lot. Data scientists, data analysts are going to work closely with you. When you are going to be an AI product manager, you have to be very much clear with your cross functional roles, people who are working cross functionally with you, because with every person in the AI side, you will be interacting with them. So it's like misconception that very specific people are in part of AI. It's not true. Everyone has their own potentiality and own capability to be a part of AI ecosystem. So that's how things will work. So there, these are two misconceptions which are seen a lot in the heads of the people right now.
That is so true, to be honest. The glamour around AI often hides the real grind of product thinking. So you have definitely, you have launched AI chatbots and contact center automation tools. So can you walk us through your end-to-end process of building a successful AI product from idea to launch?
Yeah, of course. So basically, when I was part of Codevo back in 2024, so they when there's a we launched a very largest contact center tech platform using automation, AI automation for one of the largest US mortgage bank in US, and from there I got an opportunity also to launch it in the US demographic. I was part of US for 2 months where we launched the product in a very high scale. But before that, there was a lots of hard work behind the people. So we started with the idea, very simple idea, where we wanted to automate and we wanted to have the ideology of self-serviceable platform for customers who have lots of queries around the mortgage industry, their day in day out installments, payments, monthly payments, what type of uh, bankruptcy ratio is there, what type of uh, installments they have to pay, at what time they have to pay, are there is any I mean, there are lots of queries around the mortgage banking side. So on the first level of queries, second level of queries, third level of queries, you have to understand each and everything. So when we started with this concept, we understood that what are the manual processes people are working in this industry, like what agent is doing, what a manager is doing, what a supervisor is doing, how the customers are interacting with the agents, what type of queries are coming from the customers. So we understood first the business of the whole business of this particular bank. After that, we understood the contact center as a tech part, like what a manual processes are done in the contact center platform. After that, we understood the general uh, ready to deploy models like Genesis, Alvara, um, 559. All these are the contact center platforms which are giving lots of good features for contact center, creating any contact center platform, but not AI driven. So we understood that that's the best way to understand the market technology. Is the idea technology fit? Is the idea market fit? Is the idea customer fit? Is the idea solution fit? So these are the different uh, triangle I mean areas of the triangle where you have to understand what are the how the idea is going to fit in all these parameters, and then you launch your solution. So after understanding doing customer interviews, understanding the market landscape, understanding the target audience, doing some data analysis, qualitative side, quantitative side, understanding the business aspects and everything, almost for the 3 months continuously, we launched one solution which was a amalgamation of AWS Connect as a telephony services and Salesforce as a CRM, which was driven by AI. We deployed this whole platform, and it was completely self-serviceable platform where the agents were very rare in this we're using it, but it was completely driven by self-serviceable bots, conversational AI bots and voice bots. So you were talking with the bots like a human talking with one human to another human. So when you're talking with the bot, they were like giving you the right set of answers, whatever prompts or intents you were giving to the bots. Even when you're chatting with them, it was like you were chatting with a real human on the other side, and they were giving you any type of question you asked them. But this whole thing had a lots of um, AI automation happened on the backend side when we use the Copilot modules, LLM modules, and we use some agentic workflows around it. to create these whole conversational AI bots. On the other side, we also had an opportunity to automate the lots of activities of the business operations of the contact center platform. So when we used on the Salesforce side, we had a lots of AI enabled agentic workflows which we automated and ease the internal efficiency and increase the efficiency of each and every person part of the contact center tech. This was the whole ecosystem we created. And we had a launch of MVP first.
Mm-hmm.
We also, when we launched the MVP for one whole month, so when we launched the MVP for whole 1 month, we had a product metrics enabled with the dashboards. We were utilizing different KPIs to understand the how the response of the whole platform would be, and it was really giving a lots of good responses in terms of the figures data in the dashboard, and as well as we were getting some good feedbacks also, because we were having some early adopters in the from the bank who were utilizing it and in the right sense, and they were giving the very honest feedback of the usage they were doing.
Mm.
So based on that, we started scaling up the platform as well. So uh, inception was one of the key point, which was the ideology to start this, and then doing lots of research and analysis around it, which was an inception mode. After delivering mode was an MVP and release different releases which were planned, and then the product marketing. Marketing is also one of the key factor when you're doing a product, building a product, because you need to scale. You are scaling the product, but side by side you are also marketizing it in the to the right set of target audience, so that they can start utilizing it and they can start using your product in the right sense, because sometimes people are not vocal about the type of same problem they are also facing. So if one bank has asked us to do it, another bank is also facing the same thing, but when your product marketing is done to the different same target audience, you will they will understand, okay, they are also facing the same problem, and the solution to their problem is this same thing, so they start using it. So that way, these are the three pillars of any product when you're starting from idea to launch. So things are like, and it's a continuously vicious cycle you have to
Yes.
roam around.
Definitely. That was like a mini masterclass in product execution. Super structured, yet it was very, very relatable. I, as a somebody who is nowhere associated to product management, I could totally understand what you're trying to say. But Ishita, I'm sure there are other matrices and other, charts which needs to be taken care of while this entire idea to launch product strategy works. And of course, there are multiple other domains and constraints which has to be taken care of. So, how do you balance user feedback when it comes to specific product and market research along with business goals when prioritizing AI features on a product roadmap?
Right. So, as I said, that you need to understand that idea should fit into 4 5 parameters. So, whenever you are understanding the idea is always first. So first, you align the idea with the business goals. Why it is required. Always have to be going on the product sensing side. Product thinking and sensing is the first step to understand the idea and align that idea with the why you want to create this. Is it going to is it going to solve any purpose first? Is it going to give you the revenue out of at the end of the day when you are launching it in the market? These are the two factors you have to see first. If the idea is good but then it is not going to have a purpose or a value, uh, trying to give the value to in the market, then it's of no use, right? Value in terms of money, value in terms of the usability, value in terms of the outcome, it is really important. So this product sensing is the first point or stepping stone to understand. So if you are good with the why answer, then you go ahead and start understanding and research it out in with the customers with the same so you understand the target audience. So for this particular idea, who are going to use it, who are going to be fruitful with that with that product thing. So you start interacting with that set of people, understand their ideologies. You also go into the market side and understand the market landscape, specific industry landscape, specific vertical landscape, line of businesses which are going to be associated with this idea. And then when you drill down into the technology side, so from this you draw two intentions: the audience and the business. After that you go into the technology side is nothing but you understand that which particular non AI technology or AI based technology, what is going to suitably helping this out to create the build the product. You sit with your technical tech experts, you understand with them your the whole purpose of the whole feasibility checks you do. You create some proof of concepts in with it and align it with the business goals, and then you understand, okay, it checks the technical feasibility as well, and this is the right set of technology you can use to build the product. So that's the second or third thing. So marrying three intersections: customers, business goals, and the technology. And on top of it, the the value which is going to be released from this product, which when you are going to launch it at the initial stage. Because you are once you're launching it, you're also going to track the analytics of that. That is it going to fully helping you out or not? Just using it and it is not going to solve the purpose, because right now people are going into digital transformation, people are going into the customer experiences. There are lots of areas people are going for product development, but it is really important to understand the 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 nuances part of this whole thing. You are part of this whole ecosystem. It's really important. If you are just doing for the sake of doing, nothing will be at the end of the day, it will not give you any result out of it. So uh, each and every step of the building a product is really important. If you miss one thing, you're going to get a you have to backtrace yourself and have to go back, and again you have to start the whole cycle. So this is what I have experienced over the 10 years, and I think this is still going strong as an when I'm going to proceed in my career over the next few years.
I already love how you bring both user empathy and business thinking into everything you say and every decision you make, to be honest. It really shows your experience in the industry. And now I want to ask you more questions related to your experience. My next question to you is, what was your toughest challenge you faced till now in your career while managing an AI product for the banking sector, which you have experience in, and how did you solve it?
Okay. You must be well versed with the word governance, right? Data
Right.
governance, AI governance. So it's a very large term in the market, because governance is something when you're dealing with very sensitive data, it's going to be tough when you are exposing those data, or uh, because those data will be compliant to banking sector. So when I was dealing with this contact center platform, loan information, customer information was a very important and sensitive data we were dealing with. So we had to be very cautious when you are doing the governance, data governance and AI governance. So I brought this concept of AI data governance into this contact center platform product development, where I understood that what are the list of compliance and rules and regulations which has to be compliant with the data. We were never using the actual sensitive data of the customers who were part of the bank, or the loan information who were the associated with the customers. We were rather using the encrypted form of data, or the test data, I would say, which was created by the bank itself. But we had created the robust platform of this contact center platform, which was 100% compliant with all the industry regulations of the mortgage bank rules, what they were following in US. And thirdly, governance, were security models, compliance models were very strong for this. So if you're at all going to deploy it on the real world, and you're going to use it for the real customer data, it is not going to it is not going to expose it whenever whosoever is working with this platform. So this was the toughest thing when you had to take a decision of, but AI governance was one of the kicking stone in this, and it really helped me out to understand. So it took me 1.5 months to deploy the understanding and solution about it, and then giving it to the technical team to actually build that for the develop it and deploy it.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, it was the toughest thing, but then it worked out with all the permutation combinations.
That sounds very intense, to be honest. It's very inspiring at the same time to how you turned around into a win-win clarity with such a calm. I'm sure it was calm at that time as well. Can you also share a real instance where an AI implementation didn't go as expected, and what did you learn from that failure?
Yeah. So initially, when we had an MVP launch, people were not happy with the type of voice came from the voice bots. So they feel that it was more like a robotic voice, more not like a human voice. So they were very happy with the functional outcome of the bot, but they were not happy with the type of voice which was generated in the bot. For an example, Shruti has the query that when uh, she has to pay her next installment for the so house loan, right? So she talks with the voice bot, voice bot, and when she gets an answer, she gets an answer in robotic voice, which was not at all suiting for the people who are using it day in day out. So that was the major feedback we got at the first stage when we launched this with the AI automation. But then we overcome it as soon as we got this feedback from multiple people, for multiple early adopters, and we started building it, and we actually introduced the so from one of my team member had recorded the whole voice, and we had recorded that voice for that bot. So now that recorded voice of one of my team member is in the practice for this contact center tech. So this was one of the initial AI instance didn't go well, but then we also found out a solution to it.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for sharing so openly, to be honest. You have shared all the real life instances as well. And it's very refreshing to hear about the not so perfect parts as well. It makes the journey more real. Now, I think we need a lot of advice of you for the students and the early professionals who want to get into AI product management like you transitioned from software engineering to product leadership in AI. What advice would you like to give to students who want to follow a similar path?
Right. So first understand that are you a coder? Do you really think that you can code? Because for me, I'm not good with the coding language, but I'm good with the logics. I can able to provide a logical understanding with the functional side, but I cannot code that same logic. So I understood that with the course of two years, initial 2 years, which was really a starting and very naive years of my career. But I never knew that product management is one of the field. I knew about the project management, but never knew about the product management. But then I understood with my experts, with my heads, and understood that okay, this is also one of the field. And I transition in the internal ways only to get into this product management side, because I was loving to interact with the people who are facing the problems. So you have to be very sure that what you are liking it in your career. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that I did my bachelor's. I never did an official MBA program. But recently, in last year, I completed my post graduation in product management with one of the good distance learning institute of product leadership, which gave me the product strategist and leadership understanding, and core product management understanding as well. So always every day keep learning things. Certifications are not important, but the amount of studies and amount of um, so what I understood with the course of my job, I did my one in diploma in digital marketing and another was post graduation in product management. Even I'm doing some cohort courses for the AI right now as well at this point, after 3 years, because I want to grow. So learning is really important when you interact with the new people in the cohorts, interact with them, understand their journeys. So right now, even I'm talking with Shruti, I'm giving my journey experience. But before that, well, before we start the whole interview, we also shared our journeys in a very short term, but we understood, and there
Right.
was a learning point from there as well. So interacting with people, interacting with the experts, understanding their journeys, understanding their experiences is going to give a lots of learnings for you in the growth of your career. So that's what I've learned every day. Even um, when we were building this contact center tech, I had 45 people under me who were into different streams, who were building this whole big chunk of platform. But everyone were very experts in their own field, and every day there was a learning experience, even for me as well. So keep learning, keep interacting, and have a good network in the industry. It's really important. What I would give an advice to all the people in this podium.
That is gold for anybody who is thinking of pivoting careers, to be honest, because you have shown it's not just possible to change or transition your career, but it is very powerful as well, because every decision you make, it should, and it supports to where you want to be. I also have a question. What kind of college or side projects can students work on to stand out in the AI product space?
Okay, so for this, start an internship. Product management internships are given by lots of people, lots of small startups, mid cap companies in the industry right now. Right now, I have seen in the job search that lots of people are giving AI in product manager internship. So start doing that for 2 3 months straight in a line. Certification is not going to be important, but and right now startups are really going ahead in the AI, because people are in the startups are adapting the AI for a specific product they are building. So I would recommend that people should start uh, consulting the startups, start understanding their product, and tell them to, without even getting stipend, just take a 2 3 months of experience. This is going to help you a lot. In during my time it was never a possibility, but for you guys it is right now a space for you to go for a AI product manager internship. So you should go, or maybe technical side if you want to go. People are giving AI interns. There is a chance of market. And very traditional, if that is also not possible, very traditional way of doing is something: take your resume, draft your resume, go to each one office, drop your resume and tell them that this is what I'm doing. Somewhere or the other you will get a call and you'll start something. So don't worry about the monetary part initially, but experience is lots of important when you're doing an internship during your career, start of your career.
That's very doable, and that's very simple as it sounds. It takes a lot of effort to do it, of course, but when you plan on doing it, it's very actionable. Students are going to be taking notes on that one, to be honest. As someone who has worked remotely across global teams, what communication or leadership tips do you have for students aiming to work in global product teams?
Right. So I always have worked in the hybrid mode. Initially, for 7 years, I have straight worked for in office, where before COVID. After COVID, also, even I was wearing my mask, wearing my this whole thing. I was covering up. Even I was working from office during the COVID time. But since 3 to 4 years during my consulting time, and I've totally worked on the remote side. So when you're working with the globally, communication, transparency in the communication, always up with. So when you're working remotely also, it's not that you are taking a chance of doing a leisure working style. No, it's not that. uh, People are asking for the flexibility, but that always comes with the 6 to 7 hours of productivity. So when I was doing my work at home, remotely, I was almost working. I was stretching out 9 to 10 hours, even above my 8 hours of job. But then I was very confident that almost 6 to 7 hours would be my productive time, and 3 to 4 hours I would casually going around with the meetings and all, because some roles demands meetings, a lot. Some roles demands only focusing on your coding part and your own individual contributor role. Some are the leadership roles or cross-functional interactions and all. So you have to be very cautious of having at least not at least, but maximum 6 to 7 hours of your productivity when you're working remotely or in office. Second, l- transparency is more important. Whatever you work or whatever you convey, it should be transparent among your team members, with your leaders, with your peers, so that it's really important that if you are not around, they are not going to even disturb you on your holidays and your leaves. Rather, they know that okay, you have already conveyed to them and they can work. So there are good communication platforms available and adapted by the companies. Take a right utilization of it, so that at the end of the day you are being satisfied with your whole day work process. So this is some um points I take into consideration while I'm working globally, remotely, with the global teams or in office, both ways.
Love that insight. Communication and transparency is such a silent skill, but it makes all the difference. I totally agree. And especially in remote teams like yours. And Ishita, that brings us to the end of a truly insightful conversation. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for allowing me to bring my own journey to the people who might be I inspire. And this was really a good way because I never showed my journey to anyone like this. I think this would be my first podcast. I really thankful to you to allow me to put it down in front of the whole world. Thank you so
I am
much.
sure you're going to have a lot more after this. Your journey is not, it's nothing short of inspiring, to be honest, because you've transitioned from software engineering to becoming a strategic AI product leader. To from somebody who is doing, somebody is going into engineering like everybody else to becoming somebody who is doing a very niche product line, especially in AI, which is booming nowadays. You've shared, of course, not only knowledge, but also your mindset. And that's what made this conversation so valuable for students and aspiring professionals. I'm sure everybody would love it. And to all our viewers, if there's any one takeaway from today, is this that the future belongs to those who can think deeply, learn quickly, and build courageously, like Ishita. Don't forget to follow her on LinkedIn for more insights. And if you need more insights about AI product management, let's call Ishita for a round two podcast later on Expert Matters. Thank you so much, Ishita, for taking our time and doing this. It's truly, truly, I'm truly grateful to you.
Thank you so much, Shruti. And anytime, just let me know. We can and anyone. I mean, just follow me. I will have an interaction about it. Thank you so
Definitely.
much.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you.